Hi, Cover. First off, just want to say love your videos, and just wanted to add to the conversation really quick. I totally understand your point of view and agree with it. I think what you're trying to say is homosexuality is generalized in media and culture today. But one thing that I really wanted to touch on, I thought you left out, is about the promiscuity, that stereotype within the community, and that outsiders looking in on us see and sort of gravitate to. And what I want to mention is, take for instance, I'm going to call this the Topanga theory. look at the show Boy Meets World. I have this friend, and when he talks about his past and his high school years and discovering himself, he's straight. It just reminds me of Boy Meets World, and my experience was totally different when you're closeted and when you repress your sexuality. You know, for a lot of straight men, when they're coming of age, you know, they have their first kiss, they go on their first date, one thing leads to another, may lose their virginity or not, but it's a very romanticized, at least in media romanticized experience. And even if it wasn't romanticized for them when they experienced it, they didn't experience closing that sort of part of themselves off, as a lot of young closeted gay youth do. So it's like it's like taking the cap off of a bottle rocket. When a young gay man finally comes out or comes of age and comes into his own, some of us explode, and it doesn't last forever. To say that to be gay is to be promiscuous and to only want to sleep around and never want to be committed, then you have to say the opposite, that to be straight is to always be committed and to never cheat. And we know that's not true. You know what I mean? A straight young man at 18 to say that he only has one sexual partner in a month, you know, if he's not in a committed relationship, you're fooling yourselves. Gay, straight has nothing to do with someone's promiscuity. It's when, for someone who's repressed that sexual part of himself for so long, and they finally come into their own. Not all young gay youth do it, but some do, and you go out and you have a couple drinks or whatever, and you have fun, and it doesn't last forever. And it's not to say that those youth won't ever get into a committed relationship, and hopefully they do. It's something that it's sort of a stage or a phase that some gay youth go through, and it's a horrible stereotype, and it's very much as you say, perceived that way to be for all gay men, you know, in media and culture, and it's an unfortunate thing. But to be gay is not to be promiscuous, because to be straight is not to be committed. Look at Charlie Sheen. You know, it's such a stupid way of thinking to box people into these groups, into these stereotypes. And I think with shows like yours on YouTube, and you know, a couple other of these shows that give a positive outlook on what it is to actually be gay, it's very, you know, shows like Cover 87 are very important for young gay youth coming up to see that you can't have normalcy, and this is actually what it is to be gay. I mean, honestly, what it is to be gay is you happen to be a man or a woman who is sexually and emotionally attracted to other men and other women. That's what it is to be gay. To be gay is not to be a super sexual monkey sex freak. Although we all have our moments. I just really wanted to wrap it up, and that peace.